I just stumbled on probably one solution for um, the H&R shotgun, the partner. Um, the one that has a problem with not chambering the last load in the magazine. So I was messing around with it a good bit. It's unloaded, as you can see, and so what I do, well, what I would suggest doing first of all is taking the gun down per the manual, field strip it, that's what you want to call it, and clean out all this black, either preservative and or paint, whatever it is on here. It'll do two things. It'll keep your wife from bitching so much about how bad this thing stinks, because it really does stink when you take it out of the box. And I just got it the other day, and just now I got the smell off of it with cleaning it. I cleaned it down with some silicone spray, and then I went back, followed it up with a little bit of gun oil. So anyhow, I'm not going to diddle around with all the other stuff that you can do to them, but what you want to do is find a solution to getting this thing chamber in that last round. So I'm not a gunsmith or anything, I'm just a tinkerer, but I did spend the night at a Holiday Inn Express one time, many years ago. So here we go. What you want to do first of all is get you a punch, and you want to take the pins out of the trigger, hold the trigger group in, and just any kind of little punch, about 30 seconds or so. We'll do it. Let's see if I can get this in focus a little better. Now, let's see here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. The pins come out pretty easy, or they did a while ago. But now that I'm trying to get them out, after this, it's probably a little bit tough. They really do come out easy. Okay. Actually, it's better if you leave the chamber closed. Okay. Forgot to do that. Okay, here's the main problem with it. Another problem probably is that this the magazine up in here, this follower gets caught on all that black crap that's inside there that they coated it with. So if you want to clean all that stuff out, you'll go a long ways in helping that spring push that plunger down, so it'll give the shells a little more force to feed with. So what I did here was I polished this off a little bit, got it nice and smooth, and that's about all I did. And I did bend it down just a little bit, but that didn't work. So I got my little dentist mirror out and started looking in there and found out, lo and behold, see, this thing wouldn't go down far enough. One of the reasons is it would load the standard 2 3/4 birdshot, but these 2 3/4 buck, and this is Royal Buck, and it's got like a magnum load in it. It's got an extended skirt on the casing here, and that was causing it to stick just like the 3-inch shells would. So, excuse me, I think you're going to have a problem if you use 3-inch shells. In some cases, 2 3/4 won't even chamber. But what happens is it comes out here, and it hits here, and it wants to bind on the last one. The spring just doesn't have quite enough force. Let me see. Quite enough force to push this up the ramp. And this is a little bit too high, to tell you the truth. And it puts a bind between the magazine lip and where it needs to come out of here and go in. So what I did was, you can flip this up, and you see this, this ledge right here. Let me see if I can get this just about right here. You see it? This ledge right here, right underneath here, where this comes up. See how that comes up? and do it with this hand. Okay. You can file this down right here, and I take my time and use a very fine file. This is one I used. I got some hobby files here. File that down, and that'll let this tang or elevator go down far enough to where the shell will come out and slide past this and get out of the chamber, the magazine chamber, far enough to chamber properly. So that was a solution for me, and it sure doesn't hurt to go in. And I polished up. There's a lot of rough edges on this. This thing was made by the Chi-Coms, and although it's a New England Arms H&R, whatever it is, it's still rough. But it's a rugged gun. It's a good gun, and I think you'll like it once you get it, if that's what you're looking for as a home defense gun. Just make sure that your hammer's cocked all the way back when you put it in, and when you take it apart, and it goes in very easily. So, and also make sure that your bolt is closed, and that'll make it a lot easier. So I'll put it back together, and we'll give it a try here. I hope I didn't get it blocked too much. Okay, let's see. I'll put that in there. Okay. There we go. I'm using the back side of the screwdriver. I don't have a plastic mallet right now. Okay, so we got it back together. And that's really all you have to do if you want to get it working, is take the trigger group out. But I would recommend that you just take the whole thing apart and clean it out real good, because it really does need cleaning. So here's some of these Royal double-aught bucks that I've got here. Put 3 of those in there, and then we'll hit the release here. Boy, that thing's sharp. It works on the fingers. Okay, so I'll put 3 in there. So we'll see if the last one comes through. You can't see, can you? Okay, here we go. And let me see if I can get this thing up. Where are we here? Okay, there we go. Okay, we got it. Get it released. There we go. One extended. 2. So we'll let you take a look at this. Okay. Here's a close-up of. Okay, see it? Comes in the right position here. Chambers properly. Okay. Okay, folks. I sure hope that helps somebody out, because I know a lot of you, or at least some of you, who have posted on the web haven't had any good results or dependable results, but this seems to be very dependable. Of course, now this is 2 3/4. I don't know if it's going to work with 3-inch. I'm sure it probably will if you do a little filing on that that landing there for the elevator in the trigger group. Just take it easy with it and just work it a little bit at a time. And put your trigger group back in there and see if it's working, and just work a little bit at a time slowly. I can't tell you how many times I've taken this apart and looked and tried to analyze this problem, but I finally figured it out. And it's better than trying to deflect or grind on that elevator. So I would just do that landing if that's what you want to do, and try it. So good luck.